Hey Saline, welcome back to Hornet Nation, your ticket to SHS Sports. I'm Max Urquhart.
And I'm James Doneth. In this episode, we'll take a brief look into Saline's indoor track club, sum up the wrestling meet at Tecumseh, and experience what it's like to be on Saline's varsity bowling team. All this and more on another exciting episode of Hornet Nation.
During the winter months, members of Saline's track team step inside to prepare for their upcoming season. Spencer Burgess traveled to the middle school to see what the indoor track club is all about.
With the indoor track season in full swing, we caught up with Coach Al Leslie to get his take on the importance of the indoor track club.
It gives them an opportunity to run in an environmentally controlled situation. Today, you think about today, I mean, it was 35 degrees, it was raining, it wouldn't be conducive to sprinters going outside and running. We're in a nice, warm, dry place. Kids can really work out and do those things. Part of that is helping coach this club. It gives kids that are not in another sport an opportunity to run, get ready for their other sports. Some kids out here are specifically just track kids. Other kids are in other sports. We've had kids that are baseball kids come out and run, soccer kids, etc. So it could be any sport. They just want to get in shape and they want to work on their speed or their endurance.
Club members noted that maintaining fitness and bridging the gap between the winter off-season and the spring track season amongst the reasons for joining the club.
I joined Spirit of Pre just to keep up the conditioning, so I do both cross country and track and just wanted to maintain the fitness throughout the winter.
I joined Spirit of Pre because being on the track team in the spring, Spirit of Pre really helps me stay in shape for the winter. Running indoors, it's a whole lot different than running outdoors because there's tighter curves, but it really gets your body kind of ready and your everything tuned up. So once outdoor comes, you can hit it full stride.
I'm Spencer Burgess. Back to you in the studio.
The indoor track club practices twice a week and they have meets on the weekends. If you're interested in running track or even just keeping in shape during the off season, you should definitely check it out. Now, let's take a look at some current scores.
With a great performance from freshman Charlotte Peterson, the gymnastics team defeated opponent Parma Western High School on Wednesday, putting up 134.25 points to the Panthers' 123.3.
Back on the ice, the hockey team also had a game recently, coming out on top against Chelsea 5-4. Sophomore Logan Dehanovich was the player of the game, scoring an impressive hat trick against one of Saline's biggest competitors. Great job, Hornets.
Led by captains Danny Papor and Dylan Powers, the Saline wrestling team battled at home in this game of the week.
In an SEC Red Division matchup, the Saline varsity wrestling team took on Ann Arbor Skyline on January 11th. Saline got off to a slow start, dropping their first two matches. Junior Daniel Papor got the Hornets on the board at 135 pounds, making the score 9-5 in favor of Skyline. Saline got a win at 140 pounds, but lost after that at 145 pounds, giving Skyline a 7-point lead. A quick pin by freshman Cade Gillis and a win by Nolan Krause gave Saline their first lead of the meet, 17-15. A late takedown cost senior Ethan Campobianco his match and Saline their lead. A pin by Dylan Powers at 198 pounds gave Saline the turning point they were looking for, as it started a 4-match winning streak, including some big wins by freshmen to close it out. In the end, Saline came away victorious with a score of 38-21. After the match, we caught up with head coach Scott Marvin, who talked about the large impact freshman athletes had on the meet.
We ended up getting a win. Came down to some freshmen towards the end of the lineup that had to get some wins for us. So we had Henry Cohen, who's a freshman heavyweight, got a big win for us close at the end. And then we had David Gould at 103 pull out another big win for us. As well as the very last match of the dual meet, which was Colton Melanzak. So a lot of close wins and tough fought matches by our freshmen.
Later in the night, Saline also squared off with Tecumseh, losing 50-18, despite Dylan Powers and Daniel Papor both getting pins. I'm Josh Sirota, now back to you in the studio.
Prior to the game, it was announced by Coach Scott Marvin that Saline's annual wrestling meet, taking place on January 28th, would be renamed to the Ryan Estrada Memorial Tournament.
Bowling is one of the few sports that nearly everyone has played in their life. However, this doesn't make it an easy sport. Saline's varsity bowling team practices nearly every day to hone in on their skills. Hallie Fox took a trip out to see just what it takes to bowl with the school's best.
Hey, I'm Hallie Fox, and I've never bowled above an 87. But today I'm here at Maplewood Lanes with Saline bowler Ethan Helzer, and he's agreed to teach me how to throw like a pro. Thanks for being here, Ethan.
Yep.
So I have a couple questions for you before we get started. How long have you been bowling?
Well, I've been bowling ever since my freshman year on the high school squad, but I've been bowling since I was maybe 7-ish.
And what got you to go into bowling?
So my uncle, who's bowls here in the leagues, he actually got me started into bowling, and I thought it was interesting. I was like, let's try it.
Cool. Let's get started. All right, so give me the basics.
Okay, so we're going to start off putting your fingers in first and sliding your thumb in all the way in.
Okay, so wait, like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you go at the bowl, you're going to want to push, bring it back, lock your wrist, make sure it doesn't go, right back, and then through. When you release, you're going to want to come out like that. They always tell me, grab the chicken by the neck and pull.
Grab the chicken by the neck and pull.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so can you show me a couple practice shots?
Yeah.
That is one headless chicken. All right, do you mind if I go?
Yeah, go ahead. Look at that.
Look at that!
I'm Ethan Helzer. You just been in my shoes.
Back to you in the studio.
Nice job, Hallie. I guess those bowlers really know what they're talking about.
Well, that's all the time we can spare this episode.
Tune in next week when we show a story on wrestling gear, recap the boys' swim and dive meet against Ann Arbor Huron, and talk to Sarah Aby, a Saline student who has a passion for figure skating. Until then, have a great week, Hornets.